Alrighty, welcome back. This is Jag Thunder, and this is episode 4 of Play with Thunder. And today is the big move. I went ahead and finished up the Colosseum as far as the details go, and I'm just running through it real quick here. I put in some all the ladders and basically all the areas to get to the other areas, and that's all finished. So we're gonna make the big move today. I'm gonna do a MCEdit tutorial halfway through, and I'm going to show you how to import, export, and all that good shit. So let's sit back, relax, and let's enjoy. Okay, let's do a little MCEdit tutorial. The file that you download, once it's installed, guess where it goes? Your app data folder. Your .minecraft folder is in the roaming. This one goes in the local. MCEdit 64-bit is where mine's at. If you've got 32-bit, it'll be there too. It'll probably just say MCEdit 32-bit, but I'm not really sure because that's not what I have. But anyways, inside of that folder is where the schematics are held. So if you go to other sites and download their schematics, or once I get this up, you download schematic. This is where you'll put it. Just paste it inside of here, and I'll show you how to access it. From MCEdit. So that's that, and basically just double-click on the icon, and it always loads off center. I don't fucking know why, because it's fucked up like that. But anyways, get it centered. If you haven't opened a world yet, you'll have to go to open a level, and it'll pull up your appdata.minecraft saves, and we're going to be opening up my test MC. That's where I've got it right now, and just highlight it and click open. Take your level dat and open that, and now the next time when you open it up, that save will automatically be there, and you just click it one time and it will open up your world. This is MCEdit. I'm not an expert at it, but I'll try to run through a little bit about how it works. You got a little white box on the screen that you can move with your mouse. If you right click, you can actually move your character or the camera, and your movement keys are just like in Minecraft. W, A, D, and S. W goes forward, S goes back, A to the side, D to the right. And then you also have Q to go up and Z to go down. This will help you position to where you want to make your adjustments at. I found this spot over here looks really good, and I'm going to show. There's my head. That's your character. You can actually move your character too if you don't like where he's at. We're going to place me like over here. All you got to do is just click on the guy down here, and then put him where you want him, and then just click off of it. And now your character is moved. If you want to move your spawn point, it's the same thing. Just left click on that, brings up a little cage, and you just place it wherever you want on your map, and you can move your spawn point. Other tools, this is the biggest tool you need right here, is the select, and then you'll also use the import and the fill and replace. Those will be the main tools that you'll probably use the most. I haven't used this a lot, but those are the ones that I seem to use the most. Basically, you select an area, and then you get some options of either deselecting it. There's a select chunks. I don't fuck with that. You can delete the blocks, or you can come down here and do a fill and replace. Is what we're gonna do is I want to clear this area off to make it big enough and flat enough for the Colosseum, and as you see, it's pretty big. So I want to back up a little bit so I can get a good lay of the land, and I want to take out this middle chunk. So I'm going to select this block over here and drag across to, let's say, like right here, and then left click again. Now don't worry, that's not the selection. I can still move around by right clicking and holding down the right mouse button and moving around, so I can actually select a little bit more. And you select more by grabbing the edges. The long edge or the top will move up, and everything in the selection box is what you're going to change. So we're going to go ahead and move around here a little bit, and I'm actually going to delete these blocks so you can see how it works. And you can hold down the left mouse button and actually move your character up and down, back and forth, so that you can move right where you need it. And I think now, see how I got that cactus in the back? Now it's gone. Once that area is selected, you can either just delete blocks, or if you want to make one big flat solid surface, you can do a fill and replace, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. But I want to actually delete these blocks, so just click delete blocks, and depending on how fast your computer is how fast that will render and actually disappear. You can leave it selected and make another choice to fill and replace, or change the dimensions again up and down. If you didn't, if it didn't look like it got it all, you can still move it while it's selected. If you're happy with what is done, just deselect it, and voila, all the sand is now gone. So that's how you get rid of areas. Now, as far as cleaning this up, I want all this surface to look the same. The box is a little glitchy. It takes a little bit to get used to the movements, but it's a fill and replace, and it actually selects the nearest block. See, right now I'm actually below the surface picking the sand, but if I go up to this box here, it's highlighted, so now I know I'm actually above the flat surface. But I want to come down here, and I want to clean up this shit down here. So again, just select the box, and I'm going to hold down the right mouse button, and you can see I've got 8 wide, 21 long, and 8 high. I want to keep it 1 high. That lets me know that I'm still on the same plane as far as the surface goes. So I'm just going to go out here, and again I'm going to select an area, and I'm going to pull the sides back, and I'm going to go up here, and I want to get rid of this shit. So again, select and pull. Now this is also going to make a flat area out here. All this is going to get filled 1 layer deep. If you don't care, there'll be water under there, but if you want it down lower, you actually go down below the surface and grab the bottom of it and pull it down. Now it'll actually fill in this part here with whatever material that we're going to use. So we'll go back up here, and I'll back off just a hair. Now you can see the area that we're actually going to fill in. It'll fill in all this here, and then you have a square area here. So go down to fill and replace, and left click on it, and you have a selection of all the things that you can fill and replace with any material in the game. If you don't see it here in the main list, you just type it, and I'm going to fill this in with sand, and it brings up sand, sandstone, slabs, and all that good shit. We're going to use the first one. Click OK, and then come over here to the left and click fill. And again, depending on the speed of your computer, will just depend on the speed of the render, and it is now filled. The box is still selected, so this mess over here, let's say I want to get that, just pull that out a little bit further and just do it again. Fill and replace. OK, fill, and you can see now the sand is over here. Let's deselect it and take a look at it. Now I have a nice flat surface, and it goes actually below the water, but we need a lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little editing here, and then we'll come back and we'll make the move. 1 high. So I'm going to stay 1 high at the moment and come out here to the edge of my land and make sure I'm still 1 high. Now I'm going to go over to the other side and pull everything out, and that'll give us our size. Let me grab this and pull this out. We're 85, 91. I know this is a 113, so I'm going to come out here a little bit. Yeah, you can see it's picking up some weird shit here. It does that. Like I said, the program's a little glitchy. It's awesome. It works really great. Sometimes I get some weird shit going on. So we're going to pull this across to the other side to get the length, because we've already got the length or the width just about set. And you can see it through your building, so don't worry about that. Make sure you got the right side, and we're going to pull this across. You can move while dragging. If you hold both mouse buttons down, you can drag and move it at the same time, and then let off, and it goes back. But anyways, we're going to drag this out, and we're 130, 131, and we can zoom in, or we can fly in here and get a little closer so we get a real nice cut out of this thing. That way you don't have to edit anything off once you put it in your world. You'll pick up some schematics that people actually dig down into the ground, like really deep, and I'll show you that too. I was playing around with some other ones where you'll have to either trim it before you set it down in your area, or once you trim it down in the area, it's really gonna fuck some shit up and cut away the rocks and like I said, there's some weird things, but it's easy to use. Just take your time and you know, make your cuts. You can clone stuff, and I probably could have cloned all this, but I didn't want to. That's, you know, it kind of takes the fun out of you know, what I'm doing here. But you know, I am going to use it to do things like this. So right now we are 131 by 113, and I know 113 is my width because you know, I made it. And we're going to come over here. We're going to make sure this is selected on the outside of this, and then we're going to go to the other side. It's always good to get your size so you know where you're going to put it in your world. And we're going to go back to there, and that's actually a 129. I'm going to give a 1 block clearance on each side, and then we're going to drag this thing up so we can get it all in here. That way I got a real nice cut, and just bear with me a few minutes here. I'll make sure I getting everything alright, and then I'm just pushing the mouse forward, and you see everything getting sucked up in it. See it? Boom, boom. And I'm gonna go a couple blocks above it. Don't need to, but just gonna anyways. And now that we've got everything selected at 131 by 113 by 33 high, you're just gonna go over here to Export Schematic and click it. And this will bring up the app.dat MCEdit folder with all your schematics in it. And these are ones that I downloaded and threw in test world just for shits and giggles. But anyways, we're gonna name this let's see, my Colosseum move, and just save it. And now it's been saved, so you can deselect it, and we can go over to the other area and make sure that we've got a 131 by 113, and we'll pick up over there. Alright, here's the area that I have cleared now. Like I said, it looks like it was cut out, but we can go back in afterwards and work the terrain around it and make it kind of blend in a little bit better. Right now it just looks like a big flat slab, but it'll be alright. Anyways, so we're going to go down here to import and left click on it, and now we're going to find my Colosseum move. And when you download it, you'll be looking for the same thing, or I'll, you know, whatever I name it in this video or whatever. Anyways, find it, left click it, and then open. Now it looks like really big when you start off, and you'll have to move it around, and the fucker ain't moving now. You son of a bitch. Like I said, it's kind of glitchy. I don't know why it wants to do this, but normally I can move the mouse and I can drag it around and it'll jump all over the place, but for some reason it's behind me. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, and now it's selected. It's not set yet, but we can left click and hold nudge and move it into position with your movement keys, W, A, S, D, Q, and Z. Just like we did before. You can rotate, roll it, flip it, mirror it. This one here, we're gonna rotate it when I get it down close. So normally I didn't have to do this on some of my other shit that I've done so far, but it's wanting to be an asshole right now. So alright, we're gonna rotate it once and see what it looks like, and I hope I made this area big enough. And you can come back down here and move it around, and just work with me here. We're getting it. I really hope I made this big enough, or this is going to be really embarrassing after showing you how to do this. I may have the width and shit fucking wrong, but oh, okay, I got a shitload back here. Alright, we're working on it. We're getting there. And just keep playing with your keys until you get it moved in position. And I'll show you how to drop this and get it nice and flat. But your nudge keys are your best friends right now of getting everything where you want it. As you can see, I'm still way up in the air, So I'm going to come down here and get a little bit better look at it, and we're going to nudge and hit the Z key and bring it down. Whatever you put this over top of, it's going to completely obliterate. Like these cactuses and shit back here, that'll be gone once I set this down. This will overwrite the landscape. So let me get a little bit closer here. Usually I've got a little bit something more to go by. But we're going to watch this edge as we drop this down, and when it disappears like that, now we're 1 block below the surface. Go 1 block back up, and now it's set exactly with the surface. And the rest is just kind of tweaking it and getting it right where I want it. And let's move it out here a little bit. Move it this way a little bit. And check the other side. And nothing's set in stone. You can undo your moves, and I'll show you that here in just a second once I get this about where I want it. And I'm sorry this is taking me a little longer than I wanted it to, but double check all the sides. This is good and flat down here, and once everything is right where you want it, we're going to import it. So go over here, copy air and copy water only if you have a schematic that has water and stuff like that, which mine has waterfalls in it now, so we're going to copy the water. If you don't, you'll have an empty spot where the water is on the schematic. So just make sure those are checked. Once everything's where you want it and you're real happy with it, click import. Once again, depending on the speed of your computer, it will render and place it on the map. Again, it's still not actually there until you save it. So you look at it. If you don't like it, you can undo it by holding the control key on the keyboard, and that brings up your undo. And then just keep left clicking that, watching the screen, to get it back to the point where you fucked up and you want to change it. If you're happy with it, click save. And this usually takes a minute or 3. And that also depends on how big the schematic is. If you're doing a large world edit, it usually takes a little bit. This is pretty big. There's a lot of blocks here that it's rendering. Even on my 6 core, it's still going to take probably about a minute. Nope, actually it's done. I love my computer. And now it's actually saved in the world. So we'll go in game and we'll check. And holy fuck, there it is. It's been moved, it's placed on the surface, and everything's good. Like I've stated before, make backups of your saves before doing this. That way, if you do place it wrong and it's sunk under the ground and you got some weird set going on, you can just delete your save and put the old one back in and try it again. It's always good to back your shit up. I can't stress that enough when we do these tutorials or when you're modding or anything like that. Back it up, and then if everything looks good, you're always covered. The other Colosseum is still there, so now I've got 2 of them in my world. So I can go over to the other map and do the same thing that we did to move it by selecting around it and then pulling up, and then just delete the blocks, and poof, it's gone. But I'll do that off camera and tweak on this some more. And in the next episode, hopefully I should have this finished. It's pretty much done right now. I'm not sure if I want to put a top on this yet of some sort, but everything else is pretty finalized. The rest will just be some landscaping, cleaning this up, maybe bring the water in a little bit, and I'll do all that manually and make it blend into this surrounding. And there we have it. Now it's facing the way that I wanted it. I wanted the main entrances to be facing my tracks behind me, and there it is lit up at nighttime. I got a lot of torches on this son of a bitch. You'll probably go through and actually find some that are missing because there's literally thousands of them. Just throw one in there for me, whatever. And all we have left to do now is maybe trim the top out and do the pits. We'll dig out the pits in the next episode or 2, and this thing will be done. And it's looking really, really good. And I appreciate all the support. And remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Later.